Welcome everyone, I am Tim and this is the controller. Thanks for clicking on Fallout 4, You Only Live Once. In the last part, we decided to face our fears. Ooh, over encumbered. Better take care of that. Looks like we have dropped off our grilled radstag. We better quickly go eat another one of those. There we go, all good. Continue onward with the intro. In the last part, we decided to face our fears of the Rad Scorpion and continue onward to Hub 360 to get Ballistic Weave. So we have that in our hand, in our possession, of which we can do. So today, I do believe we are going to try to do a little bit of a level up, as we are just over one level up away. We are at level 23, close to level 24, and once we get to level 25, we can take the final, not final rank of armor, but armor rank 3, and that will be a good situation for which we can throw Ballistic Weave on our Minutemen outfit and on our hat. So with that, we are super tired, and wow, what a traffic jam here. Out of my way, please.
Too much traffic through the church and we'll burn this hideout.
We need to get back to Hangman's Alley and take a little bit of a rest. While we were in the railroad, I did talk to Tinker Tom, pick up a few more 50 caliber rounds, and as you can see that with the red tiredness, that AP bar is coming back uber slowly. So we're definitely going to be wanting to make it back to Hangman's Alley without having to fight anything. But on our way, I was thinking could stop by, tag a couple more locations. We are super close to the Cabot House, which is right around the corner. I guess I should have gone the time prior. But we will go here, come up on the sentry bot. He is friendly, don't have to worry about him. And just like that, tag the Cabot House. And we can also make our way a little bit further and tag Hallucinogen once we get closer to it. That is kind of across from the missionary Charles View Amphitheater. So hopefully the sky isn't going to be turning into a rad storm and that it's just a hazy day. If it is, we'll throw on a hazmat suit. But since we also did clear this path last part, everything should be relatively safe for us. Unfortunately, the weather hasn't gotten any better, but it at least didn't turn into a rad storm. And there's the Charles View Amphitheater. Here is the backside of lovely Hallucinogen. And may as well check out this little gun shop here. There might be some decent loot in here. Duct tape, silver fork, sure. Got the chem station. And not a whole lot else. A little more duct tape, adhesive. Gas canister. We do have a little bit of carry capacity after talking to Tinker Tom, so may as well pick that up as that is an oil. And we can just loop around to the front. Won't be any enemies here. Disarm the lovely trap, which... what is that actually hooked to? I'm not 100% certain. But there we go. Got Hallucinogen tagged now as well. And this is also a good source of just gaining bottle caps. I mean, we got lucky that there was some in there, but there are gunner corpses dotted around. Every single one of them are going to have some bottle caps. Might as well pick up the sunglasses too. Those sell all right. And just grab all of the bottle caps in the world around here. Another nice source of income. TV dinner trait that is aluminum. Just, yep, there's usually a frag mine right here. I believe that is the only one. Gonna be some, I believe, raiders down the way, but we don't have to worry about them. We are not going to be going to say hi. Well, I will take a pen in case I decide to write a novel about my endeavors of Fallout 4. But there we go. Good source of, dirty army fatigues or anything like that, which, can have its place with +1 agility and +1 strength. case you wanted to do a little bit more of a melee build, that would be ideal. Now we should, provided that good old Backstreet Apparel hasn't respawned, everything should be smooth sailing from here. But Backstreet Apparel does, radioactive gland, sure, does occasionally decide that it wants to respawn raiders. Now, did take them all out for the other quest before I did not make a questionable moral dilemma about, you know, shooting a hostage that I had freed. No, no, no. That does not sound like Tim in the least. But here we go. Take a look. Looks like everything is still smoking. That is good. Just avert your eyes. You do not see anything laying on the ground. It sure is a dreary day. Still super foggy, but it is good to be back home.
I need to assign someone to this.
It looks like we need a little bit more help for farming our crops, but we
Seems to
can
be
just go
growing
ahead,
well.
collect all of them that are grown. Corn, mute fruit, all the like, potatoes. We got the carry capacity. May as well pick them up. That can be some adhesive, and I have plans for adhesive. Boy, howdy. But before we go to deal with that, I guess we did, you know, fail a quest. We may as well hear Preston's disappointment in us. There, we officially failed the kidnapping at Green Top Nursery. But on the plus side, Preston might give us another quest and might be able to do that later on. We did get a little bit thirsty. May as well top up on the old water while we're right here and offload all of our junk. There we go. And one thing I want to do, look at in the good old workshop, how much ballistic fiber do we have, as we are going to need that. Take a look at our military ammo bag. We have 2 of those and 3 of the duct tape. So we got 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 is all. So that is not going to quite cut it for what we're going to need to do. So we are definitely going to have to pick up a little bit more of that. But we are sitting on a lot of food, and we've recently gone through a bunch of that. So may as well get that cooked up. And guana on a stick, and could have swore I had a lot more. Okay, guess we got 6 of the mutt chops. And rad scorpion. Oh yes, that lovely rad scorpion we took out. That is good. 1 stingwing fillet from the super mutant bag, and I guess that is it. But we do have carrot, we do have blood leaf, dirty water, and squirrel bits with potatoes, so we can finally make our squirrel stew. So our limiting factor right now are the carrots, which I wish we had a few more of those, but you know, being able to cook up 2 of the stew, that is good. And we are short on corn. I definitely need to assign somebody else so we can get a little bit more adhesive built up. But that is all right, because what we desperately need to do is go to sleep. Are you having fun standing on my bed, Sheffield? I sure hope you are. Please don't jump on me when I go to sleep. So unfortunately, we are going to, let's go 10 hours of sleep. I think I am still dealing with requiring more sleep. So we'll sleep for a good 10 hours, and it's going to be getting into the evening time. But that will make us a little bit more stealthy.
Looks like I can finally
Well
think
rested,
straight.
peckish, not thirsty. What do we have for the good old effects? So we have lethargy and parasites. So our sleep one must have worn off, which is nice, but I feel as though I've been dealing with parasites for forever. And the lethargy at minus 50% AP refresh, that is, I don't remember having that one. Let's do a quick little sprint. There we go. It doesn't come up terribly, so it could be a lot worse. Now I am gonna do a little bit of inventory management, and then we have a specific destination in mind. I do believe we are ready to get rolling out, and we are going to make our way over to Chaos Junction and Vault 81. But before we do that, may as well go ahead and eat one of that squirrel stew, get it at 2% XP gain for 2 hours. You know, that can certainly come in handy. There are a few minor little quests inside Vault 81, but we are going to be dealing with potentially a few enemies en route there. Now, it is very tempting to make our way on over to Nick Valentine, but we do need to get 2 more level ups. And okay, so we've got Raider Scaver, another Raider Scaver, 2 Raider Scavers sitting there. Let's loop around. Don't want to get in a firefight with them right now. Hopefully they'll make their way up a little bit. Maybe they're just going to be chilling right here. If we do a headshot, take one out. Okay, he's caution. Fire our way. Just back off. Maybe hop on over the edge. We took one out. We should be safe down by the water. Okay, he is running. Unfortunately, we don't have a crit built up. But he shouldn't be able to find us down here. I mean, he is getting pretty close, actually. There we go. Quick fade. Perfect. Back to hidden. I think he'll probably start walking his way back. At least that's my hope. Because he did get pretty close to us. Got him way over there. Must be... That's the guy we were looking at before. So hopefully we can just... I mean, ideally I would love to get a couple shots off. 64%. Looks like it should kill him with one shot. Yes. Okay, perfect. Just try to build that crit meter up a little bit more. So 2 raiders down. Good source of XP right there gained. Now the real question is, what is going on up top? Ooh, you have a couple different rifles and ammo types. Did you take the one from your buddy? Does your buddy not have anything? Okay, so yeah, he must have had the combat rifle. And ooh, leaded alloyed metal left leg. Very nice. Very nice indeed. Actually, might pick that up just for kicks and giggles. I do like that it's nighttime, a little bit more stealth. Get that shadowed gear working. Ah, Ricky Dalton. Nice to see you. So we got a friendly spawn. And how you doing, Ricky? Anything else? Anyone for anyone? Does not appear so. But since we actually have a friendly in the neighborhood, we might as well actually just walk up the road a little bit more to this little stand, and do believe that it has corn. And we were short corn for making our adhesive, and I think there might also be carrots here as well, potentially. And we also need carrots, so we absolutely will check it out. Now, a lot of times when I go in here, it does seem like super mutants end up walking by. So just kind of keep your eyes peeled for that, I guess. But there we go. 3 carrots, 4 corn. That is exactly what we needed. Even more carrots inside. And yeah, don't need anything else. Back here. Get a lovely day tripper. Guaranteed to be here. Bobby pin box. Nothing in the Nuka-Cola machine.
Nice.
And glowing fungus. Don't need to worry about stealing because this shop nobody ever comes to. But definitely could use some fertilizer as well. Alright, just hidden bracket going nice and close. Detected. Oh, good. Alright, still just Ricky Dalton. That's what I was hoping for. Fantastic. Alright, so now we can make our way through. Ooh. Nope, that's just a mailbox post. Nothing to worry about from them. The only thing you may have to worry about is tetanus. Alright, so right on up there is going to be Vault 81. Now, there is a speech check inside. Maybe I'll pass it, maybe I won't, but I did bring along the required fusion cores that we are going to need to deal with that, just in case. Gonna be some bugs in this neck of the woods too. I wouldn't mind taking them out if I have a decent shot. 37% isn't very good. What about for the tactical? That is way worse. If you're going to hold steady, I will take you out. Even though the gun's not silenced. Didn't actually know that it was from me. There we go. We are uber close to the next level up. And ooh, that did not kill him. Must have been because of the range that I was at. Might have gone the wrong way though. So there's going to be an injured one. I'm not gonna go try to find it to take it out the rest of the way. It's way over there. We don't have to worry about that. Shouldn't ever come close to us. As long as we just follow this nice pathway up here. Now there's going to be a chance that Cricket will be up here at some point. And there we go. Now ranked level 24, 122 experience just for discovering the vault. You gotta love it. Now there are going to be a few quests, as I mentioned, inside. So we'll be able to just quickly take care of those. And the main reason why I'm going here, I mean, the quests are very minor quests, so they don't get much XP. But the nice trader in here, I do believe most of the time carries shipment of ballistic weave. So nothing to worry about in here. May as well go ahead and throw on our charisma gear for the upcoming speech check.
You help us, we help you.
And red speech check, not likely to pass, but we'll give it a go.
But I'm a fellow vault dweller. Can't you just let me in?
All the more reason to help out a fellow vault then.
So I think that was maybe at best a 40% chance of passing. So we'll just do the fusion cores instead. Alright. And may as well stay in our charisma gear, and we get to see another lovely vault open. You gotta love the nice vaults and the nice door that the vault tech took for craftsmanship.
If you need anything else, I'll be in my office.
100 bottle caps, and yeah, 92 XP, so virtually nothing, but you know, XP is XP. And there goes Ashes. We'll be able to save Ashes later on.
Not going to like this.
But for now,
Trading, look for the depot. Alexis is just about anything you
yeah,
need.
that's where we want to go, is Alexis. But we'll head on deeper into the vault. We can start off doing a nice, easy quest of just getting a tour of the vault, although it is time-consuming. But, you know, XP is XP, and we definitely need it, so we're going to do it.
Are you really from the Commonwealth?
Well, even with my 7 charisma, it was going to be an easy experience dump just following him around. But, you know, maybe he saved me the trouble by failing the nice speech check, trying to just get a little bit extra XP and not pay 5 caps. So, you know, maybe it's for the best. We don't have to actually follow him around. And it did give me a lovely reminder. We have a level up ready for us. So as I was saying earlier, level 25 is going to be in armor. But right now, I think we are going to go chem resistant rank 2, gain complete immunity to chem addiction. That is one thing that is a little bit worrisome for me, of getting addicted to chems and not being able to heal. And even doing that 1 dose of jet over dealing with the mole rats, there was a chance of getting addicted from that first hit. Although it is super, super low, there was still a shot. So not having to worry about dealing with anything as far as getting addicted. And that can really open up a lot of doors for grape mentats, orange mentats, psycho, just dealing extra damage, which will be very good. And of course, being in a vault, you get a lovely purified water to just drink. Well, first thing we are here for is Alexis going to be carrying it. Junk. We are looking for a shipment. So unfortunately, she is not carrying ballistic fiber right now for a shipment of it. She does usually carry it, but there is always a chance that she doesn't. She's not guaranteed to have it. And today we happen to run into one of those spots of where she does not. So we might have to end up going over to Good Neighbor, but we can at least continue on clearing her out of useful junk and finishing the couple little quests for here as well. Well, she did at least have 1 more military grade duct tape. 2 more ballistic fiber isn't nothing. And we will clean her out of 50 cal as well, as we're burning through that pretty good. And she did, I guess, have an Abraxo cleaner for a fiberglass, as we're going to be needing fiberglass, and a couple telephones for even more fiberglass. So all in all, not a total waste of time coming here. However, since we are going to need more ballistic fiber yet, we're going to be needing to make our way on over to Good Neighbor. So we will save these little quests for now, as we're definitely going to be gaining a little bit more experience just making our way there. So now at this point, we'll just make our way back into Diamond City and take care of a couple remaining quests that we have there. And who knows, maybe we'll get lucky and Myrna will be selling, you know, another couple military grade duct tapes or duffel bags, and we can just pick up a little bit more ballistic fiber from her. Myrna unfortunately didn't have anything, but one of the other quests that we did not do earlier on was at the Science Center. Just need to get a lovely bloatfly gland to them, and lucky for them, I have one in possession right now. May as well ask for some money.
I do a job. I get paid.
Money? Oh.
I'm really not in it for the money, but more money.
We're talking hunting a giant mutated bug. There's risks.
That would explain why some students don't come back. How about 150 caps?
Honestly, red speech check, not going to pass, so may as well give her the bloatfly gland right now. I do like how you say, oh, that's tough to go get the, you know, mutated bug. That's dangerous. You should pay me more. And then you already have it on hand, which, and, you know, she doesn't even be like, hey, you already had it or anything like that. So I do always find that a little fun. And of course, while we are here, we do have to go into talk to, the detective agency, Valentine Detective Agency, and gain a little experience from in here.
It's a small matter of expenses.
Money, huh?
Ellie wants me to go find Nick, and yes, I'm going to have to do that. Past that speech check, what about more money? Well, one, that's fine. Still 100 caps, so yeah, we'll go ahead and do that.
I'll find him.
So with that, that completes Jewel of the Commonwealth. Again, not a ton of experience, but 162 experience is 162 experience. Now, while we are here too,
Read the paper?
it would actually kind of be nice to have level 6 charisma, so we wouldn't have to do drugs nearly as often to get top speech checks, and set up trading caravans dotted around the Commonwealth, because more friendly people is always good. But it would be nice to be able to build a chemistry station and armor workstation all at Hangman's Alley, so we wouldn't have to be running back to Diamond City to do that. But we do have a chem station here, so may as well, now that we have the lovely chem resistant all the way maxed out, can't do any berry mentats at this point, although I do believe I got some tarberry and antifreeze bottles back at base. But one of the things we're going to want to do is not so much buff tats, but more orange mentats, of course. Get that 5% or 5 perception and 10 facts accuracy, and psychojet. Get that damage output, slow time, damage resist, all the good stuff in the world. So we'll want to get a handful of those made up. And honestly, psycho buff isn't a bad option in order to get that damage output. Strength increase, not great for this build, but that does at least make it 8 minutes of psycho versus just a regular psycho is 5 minutes long. Ideally, I would want to be able to get up to overdrive, but that is going to require Chemist 1, and I think we're going to be quite a long ways away from that as our intelligence is very low. But we will just make up a couple psycho buffs just for fun on that. And honestly, buff tats might make a little bit of sense too, just to get +3 perception. We have a couple mentats and we have buff out, so we're going to go ahead and do that too. And just like that, technically we have to go free Nick, but we are not ready for that as we want to improve the armor a little bit. So we are going to need to make our way on over to Good Neighbor. Now, since we are going to be going to Good Neighbor and going a little bit deeper into downtown Boston, I think it is probably wise to get our weapons all the way geared up as much as possible. Now, we did pick up this calibrated powerful 10mm pistol. I don't think it is going to be utilized all that much, but since we already have a standard receiver, doesn't hurt to grab that. And honestly, I think we already have a large quick eject, but if not, we will just worry about that a little bit later. No, we're not exiting, because we did pick up this steadfast 10mm pistol. It's not great, plus 50 damage resistance while aiming, but since we do have a legendary pistol, we may as well throw everything on it that we have. So this one, we have the long light. What comes on the steadfast, that is bare bones to the barest of bones. So we're going to want to, oh, we may as well just build a new long light ported. We will take the sharpshooter's grip off of it. That will be handy. Reflex sight, we'll take that as well. And finally, the suppressor. We will swap that on over to the steadfast. So there we can go right on in, attach the mod to the calibrated powerful. you know, superior damage and the better critical shot damage. If we happen to be utilizing it and we need to use a crit, at least our crits will be a little bit stronger. But as you can see, it is super far falling behind. So definitely not going to be phenomenal using it, and that uses up a lot of resources, but we won't worry about that right now. We'll just get this kitted all the way out. And this thing is actually starting to look really beastly, at least from the picture. Throw on the suppressor, and that is as good of a 10mm pistol essentially as you can do. Now, it could be upgraded to advanced to get a little bit more damage output, but if we're going to be dealing with rad roaches, you know, it doesn't hurt to carry around a little pistol to maybe get a few more shots into a rad stag, build up your crit meter a little bit faster by just plain requiring more shots. So we can just go ahead and sell these two 10mm pistols, both valued pretty decent. Now, I don't believe there's much more that we can do to our combat rifle because we just did that not too long ago. Now, we did pick up this Recon 45 pipe rifle. Now, the damage output on it, even though it is the maximum receiver for this pipe rifle that it can be, doesn't put out that much damage. It is greater than the 10mm, but all in all, not that great. However, it does come with a long recon scope, so we're not going to get tons of shots off in VATS, but this is Gun Nut 2 and Science Rank 1. We are quite a long ways away from Science, and it might actually be worthwhile to carry around a recon scope with us. So one of the things that we can do with this is try to actually make this as light as possible and as awful as possible. So if we just throw a light frame receiver on it down to 3.7, that's not bad. We can do a lot better than that. We're not actually going to be using it to actually fire anything, so stub barrel, sure. Get it down to 2.8. We're not done yet. This can honestly go down to just a pistol, because the only thing we would be utilizing this for is to tag enemies so we can later figure out where they're at. So we can just put that to a standard grip and standard magazine, long recon scope, no muzzle. That is as light as we can possibly go. 12 damage is nothing, and I'm sure we'll pick up 38 ammo along the way, so it might have ammunition in it. But what we're mainly going to be after is that recon scope, just so when we're in maybe dicier areas where we want to know where all the enemies are, we can just go ahead from a distance, tag them all with this long recon scope, and get them as compass markers. For 1.9 carry weight, I think that's actually going to be pretty good, all things considered. So we'll have to go ahead and put that on our favorite list. And let's go ahead, put it next to our pistol that we're not going to use that much. So there we go. So now we can just pull it up, and yes, I know it doesn't have, you know, any ammunition for it, but can go ahead, aim, and from a distance, and it's got a pretty good scope on. But there's Codsworth. If he was an enemy, we could tag him, and he would come up with a little red riding hood is all I can think of, but come up with a little red compass marker. But we're not going to be doing that right now. We want to have our big guns out, as we're going to be making our way once more to downtown Boston and go a little bit deeper for Good Neighbor. All right, so as we're going to Good Neighbor, we're going along that path that we had cleared earlier, Charles View Amphitheater. There are a couple other locations I'd like to tick off on the map. First one is just right here. I believe it is the Vault Tech corporate headquarters. And we could keep Vault Tech regional headquarters. We could keep working our way down that way, and that will get us relatively close to Good Neighbor. But I think the better option is to just continue on down. We also had mentioned earlier, I do believe, about tagging Cabot House. So that is the next spot that we want to go to. We can actually avoid most of the enemies going to Good Neighbor if we go that route. And I think that is going to be what we're going to want to do. Just be mindful that there is one raider yet somewhere up top. I would love to get a shot on him. 52%. We'll take a few shots. Maybe we'll get lucky. Okay, and back off. Okay, we didn't get lucky that time, but shouldn't be able to follow us or find us, so nothing to worry about there. I would really like to have at least another crit in hand, but you know, beggars can't be choosers right now, so we're gonna have to be able to just deal with what we got currently. So just a little bit further up, we're gonna have the Cabot House, and in fact, is that already marked off on our map? Yes, it is. So I guess we did tag that one. For whatever reason, I didn't quite remember. But that is the destination we want to go to, because then from there, we can pretty much head due south and just walk right on up to Good Neighbor. Pretty short path. And I think I remember this. I was a block over the first time I went, but that's okay because that is exactly where we want to be. We want to head down this path here. We'll go past the Boston Bugle, and then we'll just have to kill a few gunners out front of Mass Fusion, and then we'll be able to get to Good Neighbor. So, ooh, a beautiful Nuka-Cola Quantum right here. May as well. 2 of them, in fact. This is fully stocked. A couple Nuka-Colas, Nuka-Cherries, Nuka-Cola Quantums. You'll love to see that. Just be a little mindful. Okay, got a frag mine. There can be a spawn point, I do believe, down there. Looks like it might be relatively safe at this point. Double check, just always want to make sure I have frag grenades set. And maybe it's just going to be a couple super mutants. I do think I see super mutants there more times than not. So now we got a few gunners right out front. Just pop one. Going to be 3 out front, I do believe. I don't think they'll come this way and find us. We do have a corner that we can kind of hide behind if we need to, but we're already almost back to hidden. May as well drink some water, get full AP bar. So now we can just do the same thing once again. Hopefully pick off another gunner. And those super mutants are far enough away. They shouldn't see us. We shouldn't have to really deal with them. Okay, I see another one. Down he goes. Still in hidden. Okay. Looking good. I could have swore that there were 3 out front, though. Is that couple? Well, we got a couple of corpses there. Maybe they're a random spawn. Can draw fire. I've seen bloatflies here a few different times. Definitely not bloatflies this time. But Mass Fusion, Strength Bobblehead in there. Don't need to pick that up at this point. So we got the Gunner Conscript. May as well pick up the laser pistol. We can sell that nicely over in Good Neighbor. And okay, there are 3 of them right there. We'll take the pistol too, because we're going to be buying some ballistic weave. And what do we got out here? So it looks like couple raiders came in. Maybe they actually took out a gunner, which... Another gunner right there. There's just all kinds of fun stuff out here today. Picked up a laser pistol from that gunner, must be. And one more way over here. Feral ghoul. Okay. So they had a nice little party, but then straight ahead is Good Neighbor. That's where we want to be. Be a little mindful. Super mutant out front. Maybe we'll take that guard down. Still in hidden. Gonna be a few more super mutants in that building, but that front one is pretty much the only one that will be able to find us. And yeah, coming in from this way, I feel really good about that. Just technically only ended up being 2 gunners to kill for us. So all in all, not too bad to be able to just walk right on into Good Neighbor. One thing that we can do in here, which always makes me a little bit nervous, but it is perfectly fine, is to take out Finn here. Now, I'd like to get a...
Hold up there. First time in Good Neighbor? You can't go walking around without insurance.
I got a little bit too close. So, well, like, there we go, 66% in the head. We're going to take it. I would really love to get a crit built up. Maybe, let's see here. How many shots would it take in his torso? Looks like 3 shots. We'll go that route. It'll take him a little bit to draw his gun. Oh, although somehow he got a shot off when his gun was pointing up and he hit me for 2.54. I guess I should have gone for the headshot after all, but
I like you.
yeah, that's unfortunate. Thought with him having to draw his gun, wouldn't have gotten shot. Oh well. And Hancock's happy with that. He likes the show of power, making the entrance. So another 2.54. So overall, now take a quick look at our stat. We are at 229 out of 236 for hit points, but I do think we are hungry. So there we go. Properly fed now. Take another look at the stat. 246 out of 253. So we have lost 7 total hit points right now. Not too bad, all things considered, for being already level 24. But now that we're in here, I guess probably should switch over to Charisma Gear. And now that we got that, we actually had cleared out the super mutants in the Boston Public Library. And Daisy here, she is a fan of that.
Oh, you got a good point. We'll make it 250 caps.
250, pretty good. We'll press our luck once again.
It's not just the cost of ammunition. Danger means
Yeah, all right.
I feel good about that.
Caps when it's done. Deal?
Yeah, all right. So 300 caps, and we already did that.
Actually, I already took care of those super mutants.
You did? Huh. Now that's service for you.
Oh, and Idiot Savant. That is actually exactly what we needed. All right, so new health, 252 out of 259, and 2,224 experience with the Idiot Savant on a quest completion. That is fantastic. Which, there, I'm going to do it right now. Level up, level 25, armor rank 3, boom, done. We can really start getting some serious protection off of Ballistic Weave. And not to mention, I do have some thoughts on regular old armor upgrades as well. But, oh, that was glorious. And Cleo over here, guaranteed to have shipment of ballistic fiber. And there we go. Cleo has that shipment of ballistic fiber for us. And just looking through her inventory on what she has, she actually has this night vision maximized laser sniper rifle. Maximized capacitor, super good. Improved sniper barrel, really good. Long night vision scope, you know, not bad, but the fine-tuned beam focuser is also really good. So I'm actually thinking of just buying that right now. We don't have any legendary weapons yet that are laser focused, but we might at some point. And even though it has popped up once, it might not pop back up with those same stats. So we are definitely going to buy that. But also, right below that, we have this night vision powerful combat sniper rifle. Long ported barrel, powerful receiver, medium quick eject mag, but mainly the suppressor that is locked, I believe, behind gun nut rank 4. And that is now available to us here. So it would be absolutely perfect if this was a 308 combat sniper rifle, but a suppressor, yes, and yes, we absolutely will purchase that too. So that eats into our caps like crazy, but 2,000 for ballistic fiber and those 2 guns, absolutely every single time. 875 caps left. Not great, but not terrible either. And since we are here at Daisy's discounts, I'm going to check, see what she has as far as just decent junk, and maybe she'll have something good in her armor or weapons inventory too. Did pick up just a handful of stuff from Daisy, but nothing too crazy. And that's honestly all we really need from Good Neighbor. And so now we can just go back the same route that we had done before, right back to Hangman's Alley. And lucky for us, at least inside Good Neighbor, clear sky, dark, stealth should be impeccable. Let's take a look at these new guns. So we got the maximized capacitor, and that is locked behind science rank 2. Eventually, you know, overcharged would be better, but rank 2, that is very good. The improved sniper barrel is locked behind gun nut or science 2 as well. So we are definitely a long ways away from that. And fine beam focuser, once again, science rank 2. So that's very good to have this at least in stock. We can put it in our little bench over there for later on. But this night vision powerful combat sniper rifle, we just want to, I think, just take the suppressor right off of that. And is there anything else that we're going to want to throw onto our tactical? Right now, it's a short light barrel, which is kind of nice for VATS. Large magazine. Maybe we would actually want to switch over to, you know what? Takes a few screws. We actually don't have that many screws, but we'll throw a short barrel on it. So that was attaching a mod, so that's good. We can test out the long ported, as that is gun nut 3. And we're going to put on, attach the mod for the standard magazine. There we go. So now we have a medium quick eject we can throw on as well. Don't need a night vision scope. And really this is now pretty much worthless. Other than, do we want the full stock? That adds weight, not much accuracy. So I don't think we want to do that. Now go over to ours and let's go ahead, put that long ported on there. Ideally, I would probably want to go long light just to be a little bit lighter weight, obviously. And 12.2 to 15.7. Ooh, you know what? I think I am going to keep it long light. We'll keep the long ported barrel mod just in case we didn't end up doing the stock. And I kind of want to do the medium quick eject mag. Being able to swap that out quickly, I think, is worthwhile. Not to mention, saves 0.4 weight. And most importantly, suppressor. So, ooh, that actually takes that range down quite a bit, though. Down to 89. That is actually not very functional. So we will throw on that long ported barrel just because then as well. And hopefully that can get us a good amount of shots still. We can do a quick little look now. Pull that out. So 20 shots, not bad. Still got that. Codsworth. Now we can do 6 shots. Probably 7 if we weren't thirsty and tired. So that is pretty good, all things considered. So now I'm going to just grab a few things from the workbench, store a few other things, and hopefully I will have the calculations correct for the armor that I want to do improvements over at Diamond City. Now, if my math was correct for everything, we can seriously do some improving now. So first, I want to take a look at this cunning buttress chest piece. Right now it is buttressed. I'd really love to throw ultralight on there, and no requirements for that. Seems cheesy, probably a glitch of the game, especially when you can come down here, throw ultralight on, armor rank 3. But actually, dense is what I was actually thinking of doing. Greatly reduce damage from explosions. Yes, absolutely. I don't think it really matters, but we're going to take one of those. So there we go. Our chest piece now has dense on it. That's going to, I believe, eliminate roughly 50% of damage incoming from explosions. That is going to be huge because explosives are, as their name states, explosive damage. So then we can go right on over to our combat arm, left arm, and might as well throw that on shadowed, get a little bit more stealth. Not much damage resistance, but stealth is what we really want for that. And currently it is a lighter build, but we can do better than that. We can throw the ultralight build on that, or I do think muffled is a thing. Maybe not. Nope, doesn't appear to be. So we are going to throw ultralight build on that. That is going to give us 5 AP instead of 2. And the less weight your armor is, the quieter you are in stealth. So that is going to be very good there. And then we'll just keep on kind of going down the list. We can do the left leg of the combat armor, and same thing. We don't need a lighter build. We can, I guess, throw this over to muffled. That'd make a lot more sense. Reduce detection from moving. So we are going to do that for that one. Idiot Savant trigger for that. So we are making our way to the next level as well. And then for our metal right leg, I think it'd actually be good to... Oh, now I do have a mod back at base of where we could do lead lined. Now, you might say that's not really necessary, only 10 radiation damage, but you know, I kind of figure that's just a little bit of a little safety in case I get too close to rad barrels or a glowing rad roach pool, something like that, where they radiate radiation. And since our health is actually pretty close to the radiation line right now, and even earlier on, we took some damage just from radiation for our overall hit points, I think it'd be good to slap that on there. So I'll definitely have to run back to Hangman's Alley to get that and throw that onto the right leg. And I do believe... we got the powered Raider here. Same thing, go from lighter build all the way up to the ultra lightweight build. So we'll just slap that on there. And then our overall armor is going to be looking very, very good. So all that's left is our Minuteman outfit to throw on Ballistic Weave. And this is what you're really wanting to be looking for. You know, base, no armor. You can get 30 ballistic, 30 energy. That is great just with that, without even taking any ranks of armorer. But rank 1 of armor, that goes up to 45. Rank 2 of armor, up to 65. And then rank 3, which we are now currently at, 90 ballistic, 90 energy. That over doubles what we currently have just from our other armor. So this is huge. This is a game changer to hopefully mitigate any damage taken. Now ballistic weave rank 5 goes from 90 up to 110. That's nothing to shake a stick at, but that is locked behind armor 4, so we are not going to be able to do that at this point. And now normally the base game has very few actual hats that can take ballistic weave, and I kind of feel as though that was kind of an oversight of the game, because, you know, you can do a battered fedora that can take weave, which is luck +1. So why can't a yellow fedora, same type of hat, why can't that take ballistic weave? So I did in fact throw a mod on to where, you know, just different hats can be actually used. And this one, perception, makes a lot of sense. So 90 and 90, that will help our head from getting crippled. Very, very nice to have that armor built on. So now we can go take a look at everything, throw our armor back on, and there we go. Take a look at that. Now 230 for ballistic, 222 for the good old energy. That is considerably better than what we had, and honestly feel a lot better about our damage protection now for dealing with synths with the energy weapon, or just playing any humans that happen to have a typical gun. And now you got to keep in mind that that will also include 10 radiation. So just quick run back to Hangman's Alley, and I can just throw that on and show you one more time that it is actually going to be the same. But oh, I am so excited about the upgrades we got here. Things are looking up. Now that we got our inventory taken care of, it is going to be time to make our way to Nick Valentine. But we are currently tired, so we may as well get that taken care of, especially as we're only doing 5% adrenaline. And with that lethargy and parasites worn off, I do not know when that happened, but very thankful for that. So when you have lethargy, AP refresh minus 50%, and then also tired at minus 5%, yeah, we can't be dealing with that. And also one of the times when wandered on in, heading back over to the Diamond City, there is the official armor, 230, 222, and 10. But Preston did talk to us, and he added Taking Point, Taffington Boathouse. We just have to clear that out, so that should be relatively easy when we make it that way too. And one last thing to note on Preston, I took him off guard duty as we still had a few crops in order that we needed to, you know, have somebody care for, and I think Preston would do a great job digging in the dirt. About mid-afternoon, parched, but feel well rested. Things are looking pretty good. I think the squirrel stew may have worn off, but that's quite all right. Get properly hydrated, and we are ready to roll out. So what I'm planning on doing is kind of starting to clear another route to what we could do diamond or go to Good Neighbor, but before that we, you know, versus having to go along the shoreline. But this going this way, we already went before going to the Boston Public Library. There are a few more enemies dotted around, you know, which also means that there are more shots at getting a legendary, as we are still desperately in need of getting a few more legendary items. So that means we need to find more legendary enemies. But just let our AP refresh here.
Nothing to see here.
Everything's looking good. The dog should still be taken care of. Yes, we look good there. So just keep on running on. Same thing what we did before. Police station to the library. And this is where we had picked up from before. Might be one more ghoul. Under the... Yes, one more coming out. Hey, speaking of legendaries. Ooh, Unfortunately, we lost our crit already. Good thing we had one in hand, but that is perfect. And alright, rad powered combat armor, right arm. Not great, but combat armor pretty decent. And you know, we are always going to have some radiation damage to us, so it will slowly keep ticking up on actual damage resistance. So, you know, for now, we'll take it. Hopefully that's not what we have our powered on currently. And of course, it is the same right arm. So I'm always going to choose powered over rad powered. I mean, it does provide a little bit better damage resistance, but especially with lethargy, we're going to need that powered of increased action point refresh speed. And actually thinking I might want to switch over to this combat rifle. I have the shots for it, and it is now suppressed, so that's going to be a lot better on the old AP cost. And not to mention, still have decent range, decent scope with the reflex sight. So can just keep making our way with this. Just tag the Trinity Church here, and those mannequins spook me about every single time, because why wouldn't they? Trinity Plaza. So coming up here, we're gonna have potential raiders, I believe, in this broken down building right here. They might see us, maybe not. But if we could get a shot on them first, I would definitely prefer it. We are in a shadowed area right now. Here we go. Missed the headshot. And missed the body shot. Okay. Did get the crit. Back off quick a minute. Benefit of this gun now, does not use near as much in VATS. I actually did go to danger, so they know where I'm at.
Where'd that little fucker go?
So they did currently lose me, which is good. Love to see that. I do think I picked up a crit from them too. Just the shot would have hit, except the wall was in the way, so that still gave me a little bit benefit there. So definitely take that. Did lose interest in me quite quickly. And this is a route. Ooh, they're up top. This is a route. Oh, I have a feeling that's going to hit the truck, isn't it? It did. Maybe this time? Okay, back off. Ooh, 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 ooh. Run away. Run away. Just be cowardly. Caution is about out again. Man, I just really want to take this guy out, because this is definitely a route I take fairly regularly, or at least I prefer it. Gonna be standing same location as before. That looks pretty good. 93%, I'll take those odds. Missed. Leaning forward, that's better shot for me. Take him out. There he goes. Down he goes. Believe it's just the one guy. Yep, perfect. Hidden bracket still shuffling a little bit, but if there was another one in this little house here, definitely would have come to the other person's attention. So now that this raider is taken care of, don't really have to worry about them in this neck of the woods anymore. And he just had a pipe auto, so even if he would have shot, especially with the ballistic weave, now with that fantastic armor, things would not be so deadly. But since we are on this pathway here, we'll be going past Swan, which we can just sneak past him, no problem. Ooh, ooh. Raider Scaver up top. 82%. Take him out. Okay, You go down. Oh, I'm in danger. Discovered Huber's comics now. Okay, danger is fading quickly. I very rarely have issues with the raiders that are on this side of the street. Frag mine, yeah, sure. Guess we got the... Don't want the... There we go. Get the turret. Gonna be at least one more down that way. Yeah, I don't want the frag mine. Now I actually do kind of want to go in and potentially clear them out because I don't like that they are that close. Alright, just take that mine a minute. Back to hidden. Okay. Shouldn't be a problem now. So, as I was saying, I'd like to stop into Hubris Comics. Now, this isn't necessarily the best idea as lots of ghouls, close proximity to one another, but I think we can do it. Alright. Monkey is there. Doesn't matter about the monkey. Detected. Just the ghoul. All I want.
Bingo.
Is the unstoppables. And let's get out. In caution. They could follow me out. Just be mindful. Run. Get some space. Get a little blockade on there. Okay, we got one following us out. Should be able to take him down nice and quick. Alright, perfect. That's exactly what I wanted to do. I was kind of hopeful that the monkey wouldn't go crazy, but I don't think there's a good way to actually get that Unstoppables magazine. Maybe if you had a stealth boy, you know, maybe the monkey wouldn't notice. I mean, even if you take a silenced weapon, shoot the monkey, it still alerts all the ghouls. So, you know, that is what it is, but take out one more ghoul. One less ghoul when we go back in there later on to deal with. And we do have that 1% chance of avoiding all incoming damage. Now, obviously, Swan is located right there. Can't hardly do anything to him. So, not going to worry about him right now. Boylston Club, really nothing inside that's of note. And dead ahead. Got super mutants, which we could take them out, but I don't think it is necessary right now. Same thing with, we are very close to the combat zone, just right down here. Yeah. Don't need to worry about that either. I mean, it's tempting to just go on, take him out. We'll use a crit. We still have one in the bank. And he's jumping for joy. Now I want to go get his body, but no. We are on a mission to talk to Nick and rescue Nick. So that is exactly what we are going to be doing. We are now at the good old Park Street Station. And, oh, man. Somebody has really done their job about stocking the Nuka-Cola machines. You gotta love that. But this is where we need to be. This is where we will be entering in. So, I think... Ooh, nice Radex. Bobby pin? Sure. I think this is actually where we're going to leave it off at this point. And next time, we absolutely will get into rescue Nick Valentine. It took a little bit longer having to go to Good Neighbor and dealing with that. And just getting all of the armor upgrades, which I feel so much better with this gun now and our armor. Even though it's not a legendary weapon, you know, it's still very, very good. So I think we should be able to sliced through the triggermen pretty decent, but of course those I'm sure will be famous last words, and I absolutely will take damage in their next part. But once again, thanks for watching, and thanks for joining, and until next time, powering off.